Good day. Hi, beautiful people. I am Sandy Benedicto. So, for today's video, I would like to talk about global citizenship. Are you familiar with that, or do you have any idea what it is? Then now, I will be the first one to share it to you. Are you ready? Let's go. Global citizenship, it is being a responsible and active member of the global community. A global citizenship, it is a global citizen of the world. It takes more than just caring about the global issues.
As a global citizen, you have to support and care the humankind as a whole. Global citizenship is the willingness to fix our world in order to be better.
From Albert Einstein quote, the significant problems we face today cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. Which means global citizenship is about attacking the issues which with a higher thinking. Now that you understand the global citizenship, let me call my friend Gemma to share to you what global citizen is.
Good day, everyone. This is Gemma Landivera Morales. So now let's proceed to my report, and this is all about global citizen. The action of individual global citizen is what builds a movement put together as a community who strengthens campaign from our partners who are the most effective organizations out there.
Global Citizen thus it brings together engaged individuals, the thinkers shaping our ideas, the organizations implementing the changes we want, and the leaders is capable of sustaining that change in the world we are all demanding. In short, it is a world where we can all be proud to live. Global Citizen needs you to build this world.
And now let's proceed to the next topic, which is kinds of global citizen and to be reported by Miss Elaine.
Thank you, Gemma, and good day, everyone. I'm Elaine Plaganas, and I'm here to share to you what are the different categories and types of global citizenship after knowing the global citizen is all about. The first category is the cosmopolitan framework, which is it is all about human beings regardless of their ethnic, sexual, racial, and other specific affiliations that belong to a single community of humanity. Under that, we have different types, which is political, that related to citizenship as political status, and it is manifested in global governance system that promotes democracy and the utilization of international organizations in maintaining a well-organized world society. The next one is the moral. It is based on shared understanding of universal moral code with particular emphasis on human rights. The third one is economic, that focuses on economic international development and the effects of free markets and corporations. The last type in cosmopolitan framework is the cultural, that encompasses exposure, awareness, and cultural competence regarding the diverse groups and values. The second category is the advocacy framework. It is about anti-individualistic ideologies that are advocacy-oriented. Similar to cosmopolitan framework, we have also different types, which is first, the social. It is focuses on a global civil society and advocacy for one's freedom of expression. The next one is critical. It is based on activism that challenges oppression and focuses on breaking down oppressive global structures. The next one is the environmental, that advocates changes in the treatment and responsibility of humans to nature. The last one is the spiritual. It is focuses on the transcendent bond between individuals and society, that encompassing caring and spiritual connections between humans. Now that you learned the different types of global citizenship, let's proceed on the rights in global citizenship discussed by Christine.
Thank you for sharing the knowledge on types and categories of global citizenship, Elaine. Now that you've learned about the types and categories of global citizenship, let me introduce you to the global citizenship rights. The rights of global citizens are embedded in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, first drafted in 1948 after World War I. The core nature of the Universal Declaration grounded in individual liberty, equality, and equity has remained constant.
The ways that human rights are applied change over time, with changes that occur in the political,
economic, and social fabric of society. Also, new rights that were not on the 1948 Human Rights Agenda have emerged. For example, digital access rights, LGBT rights, and environmental rights. Some people cite the emergence of new rights and changing political systems as calling forth the need for an updated Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights allows us to explore various perspectives on the rights and responsibilities shared by people across the world. Now that you've learned your rights, it's time to talk about your responsibilities. Are you interested in learning more about global citizen responsibilities? Any idea about global citizen responsibilities? Joshua and Jerome are both looking forward to sharing the global citizen responsibilities.
So now, let's talk about global citizenship responsibilities. A global citizen living in an emerging world community has moral, ethical, political, and economic responsibilities. These responsibilities include: first, responsibility to understand one's own perspective and the perspective to others of global issues. Second, responsibility to respect the principle of cultural diversity. Third, responsibility to make connection and build relationships with people from other countries and cultures. Fourth, responsibility to understand the ways in which people and countries of the world are interconnected and interdependent. So now, I'm done discussing the first and fourth responsibility. So now let's call Joshua Prado to discuss the other responsibilities.
Good day, everyone. Before we move on to our topic about global citizenship responsibilities, let me introduce myself first. I am Joshua Salza Prado, and now let's continue to the fifth responsibility of global citizenship. The fifth responsibility is the responsibility to global issues. The sixth responsibility is to advocate for greater international cooperation with other nations. And the seventh responsibility is advocating for the implements of international agreements, conventions, treaties related to global issues. And lastly, responsibility for advocating for more effective global equity and justice in each of the value domains of the world community. There are growing number of cross-section issues that require the implementation of global standards of justice and equity.
Thank you, Prado and Cerilla. Now, let's talk about benefits of global citizenship. First, builds their own understandings of world events. Through global citizenship, we may increase our global consciousness and open ourselves up to pertinent and relevant issues about what is going on in the world. Second, take learning into the real world. Other citizens are usually unaware of what is going on beyond their homes, which leads to misunderstandings. This newly discovered global knowledge is a great tool for communicating. Third, challenge ignorance and intolerance. Through global citizenship, we may have developed the ability to participate in some controversial problems that others have often ignored or tolerated. Fourth, get involved in local, national, and global communities. Global citizenship gives us the skills and knowledge to attend and participate in local, national, and global events. We can improve our ability to cooperate and socialize in this global era. Lastly, the fifth, see that they have power to act and influence the world around them. Global citizenship encourages us to think critically and develop the ability to engage in our own arguments. It helps to make sure we have the power to act and influence the world around us. That's all for benefit of global citizenship. And now here is Aaron De Castro to discuss global civil society.
Hello po. Good day to all of you. This is Ira Justin P. De Castro, the reporter for this topic. So before I start the report, I just want to ask some of you if you have any idea of the word global civil society. So here it is. The huge assemblage of groups functioning across borders and beyond the reach of governments is referred to as global civil society. It is debatable whether such groups represent a new increasingly autonomous domain or are simply artifacts of Western free society. Some examples of this topic are Amnesty International, the International Trade Union Confederation, the Worldwide Fund for Nature or WWF, Greenpeace and the Danish Refugee Council, or the DRC. Global civil society must experiment with effective global citizenship models, understanding, caring for, and acting on behalf of people in the world through ecological and socially inclusive ideas and practices. Example here in the Philippines, the NGO and the DSWD. They emphasizes that global civil society has a higher level of subsidiarity between local, national, regional, and the global political arenas. They force the global institutions to acknowledge that technical deliberations and the standards they generate are forms of decision making with public obligations. So, this will be the end of my report. I hope that you learned something from my topic. Thank you so much.